Food is medicine. A major study was just released showing that flavonols, which are found in different fruits and vegetables, may be associated with a slowing of cognitive loss and memory loss. They even were able to tell us which fruits and vegetables are most helpful. Let's talk about it. So on November 28th, the headline that was on the very top of CNN.com read, "Slow cognitive decline with flavonols, study says." How awesome! A headline related to produce, and it wasn't related to a recall. Now, I was very impressed with the level of detail that they went into in this article, and we've included the link to that down in the show description. So I would encourage you to check out the whole article. Now, before I talk about it, I first want to invite you to please join us on the social media channels that we have to offer. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the notification button. Please join us on Patreon if you wish to help us and to support what we're doing here. But let's talk about this because I was really impressed with what I saw. Now, first of all, what are flavonols? Now, flavonols are one of the types of flavonoids that people have heard of. People hear bioflavonoids that are found very commonly in multiple colored fruits and vegetables. And so having a wide variety of those types of foods can be very helpful. Now, flavonols itself are, and that's flavonol with an O, is a flavonoid that has a ketone group on it. So it's a chemical structure difference. And it's not to be confused with flavonols with an A in it. And that is found in some foods like chocolate, found in red wine, found in grapes, found in apples and some teas. Not to say that those aren't very helpful too in our overall health, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about flavonols. Okay, so what about them? Now, all of the flavonoids are what are called phytochemicals or plant-based chemicals, and they all have different effects, but one of the commonalities is that they're great antioxidants. They reduce oxidative stress, cellular damage, including in our brains and our livers, lots of areas in our body. So the flavonoids as a whole, but we're talking about flavonols. Okay. Now, there are several flavonols that are known, and the most common one is quercetin. Now, people who followed us may remember us talking about quercetin because it's part of our COVID and viral immune protocol. And the reason why we found it very helpful was early on in COVID, it was determined that having high intracellular zinc levels was very helpful in fighting off the virus inside the cells and preventing it from getting much more serious within the body. And so the quercetin, it has a particular form called the phytosome, and that's the most bioavailable, the most getting into the body form of the supplements. But now we're talking about food. Okay. Now the quercetin, besides the zinc, it also seems to slow down certain cancers, especially colorectal cancer. And now onions are the food that has the most of this particular flavanol in it. It's also found in cruciferous vegetables, and it's found in berries as well. Okay. Another one of the flavonols is called myricetin. And myricetin, it inhibits what are called a protein called tau. And people who have Alzheimer's, they get these tangles in the brain, and this tau protein causes this to grow. And this myricetin, this flavanol, is able to stop that from happening. Now, this is found most commonly in strawberries as well as spinach, but it is also found in grapes and honey. Now, another flavonol to know about is called Kaempferol. Now, Kaempferol actually has also been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer while not interfering with the growth of regular healthy cells. Pretty neat, like a smart food, if you will. But it's mostly found in spinach, in kale, and other green leafy vegetables, but it's also found in onions, asparagus, and berries. Now, let's talk about the study itself. So this was a group of researchers from Tufts University and from Rush universities, and it was published in Neurology. That's a big-time journal from the American Academy of Neurology that really consider the tops in the field. And what they found is that the more flavonols that were consumed, the less memory loss that a person had when they aged. And so they looked at 961 subjects. They were all aged between 60 and 100. The average length of time that they were in the study was 7 years, and once a year they did cognitive memory testing, and throughout the year they were logging how many different fruits and vegetables and what types of fruits and vegetables that they were consuming. So when they put this database together, they were able to get a lot of information. Now, interestingly, the flavonol that was found to be the most helpful, the most sparing of memory and cognitive function, was Kaempferol. Quercetin was found to be number 2. Was found to be number 3. Myricetin was found to be number 2. So that's very interesting because, as we talked about, you can get those from different forms. So the Kaempferol, which is, again, something people that haven't heard a lot about, but that's the one that is found mostly in the spinach leaf and spinach and the green leafy vegetables, kale, etc. So now the authors do point something out that I think is important, where they said, people who are eating high amounts of those foods, it's also possible that they just live healthier lifestyles and that they're eating healthier more in general. They're more conscious of what they're doing. So they couldn't say for sure that these foods were the reason why that the memory loss was slowed down. But it was interesting, though, that they were able to say these different flavonols they were able to show a difference in between them just itself. And most people who are eating a healthy diet are eating a wide variety of these things. So it's interesting that they were able to peg out the particular ones. So now, what does that mean for us? Okay. Again, food is medicine. We should be eating high amounts of lots of colored fruits and vegetables, but now onions and spinach, that should be something that would cover us very nicely for all of these. Now, there are supplements on the market that have these flavonols in there. And the research wasn't done on supplements. It was done on whole food. Now, is it possible that they would help there? You would think so, unless, of course, it was part of the healthy lifestyle and this popping a pill doesn't do it for you. But it's unlikely to be harmful for that. But at the same time, what would the recommendation be for reals? It would be eat more of the high flavanol containing foods, and that should get you there. So once again, food is medicine. You should consume plenty of it. Have a great day.
You like what you saw? Watch another one. Click right here.